My name is David Harrison Greis. Welcome to the Greis Report, your unfiltered daily voice for truth. Today has been a dark day filled with pretty bad news. So the first thing I want to talk about is Mad King wannabe Donald Trump sending in armed troops to Portland, Oregon. Now, what's made this different than previous deployments in America is that there's this full force declaration in place, meaning that if you meet, with these forces and you see them and you provoke them in any way, they are authorized to use lethal force against you. That means no more rubber bullets, no more mace, no more bear spray, no more anything else they were using. All those non-lethal projectiles. Now they're going to be using real weapons with real projectiles that could really kill. So if you find yourself staring down the barrel of one of their weapons, make sure to use your voice, but do not provoke them. A lot of these soldiers, we don't feel they want to be there. What happened is Trump designated Antifa, that's an organization with no organizational structure and no charter, doesn't actually exist as a full organization. It's just a loosely affiliated group of activists. They are now considered a terror organization. So in the minds of the soldiers, they're being given a legal order because the order says root out domestic terrorism from Antifa in Portland, Oregon. And this is going to be very dangerous. You're going to want to get out there and make sure that you're using your voice and still not silencing yourself, because that's what they want, is for you to silence yourself. But also don't provoke them into something that would resemble a bloodbath, because we don't want to see that. We don't want our own people to go down, and I don't think these soldiers want to do it either. So if you like what you're hearing tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address, thegreisreport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegreisreport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, leads, story requests, your video with the ICE Gestapo or the National Guard, or especially right now if you're in Portland, if you're in Broadview, Illinois, if you're protesting here in New York City, wherever you are, please send us those videos. We are happy to air them and give credit to the individual who filmed it. We are one movement, and we are more powerful together, and we need to get the accurate information out there because the media, by and large, is being silenced. And to that end, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell and like this video, because it helps us get the news out there so that you can have free and unbiased media. So now let's move on. So this second story also comes out of Portland, Oregon, and it's a bad one. When I myself watched the video that comes along with this story, which you'll see a portion of, I felt almost moved to tears because I could feel the pain from the family. So Rafael Arriola Caballero, 45, of Portland, Oregon, was abducted from outside his home on September the 16th, 2025, by the ICE Gestapo. So there's video of it. They came to his home. They threatened to bust down his windows. They abducted him right from his driveway. Now, there was this made it all the way to Representative Maxine Dexter of Portland, Oregon, and she actually tried to intervene, and ICE had informed her that he'd already been deported. So here's a quick timeline. So 9/16/25, he gets abducted. About 1 or 2 days later, he calls his family. He has about 6 children, and his wife and some of his kids went to go visit him in the facility. They reported injuries, and they said he was in bad medical shape. Not even a couple of days later, he was deported. Rep Maxine Dexter, when she contacted ICE, they had no response. They won't tell anyone where this man has been deported to. We have somebody who's missing, just like the missing of Alligator Auschwitz. We probably might have thousands missing, so many more than we even know. So let's watch that video now so you can see what it's actually like to be in this situation.
From a neighbor's doorbell camera showing 45-year-old Rafael Arriola Caballero taken by ICE agents in North Portland on September 16th. A voice heard saying to exit the vehicle or they'll pop a window. It's video his daughter Elizabeth still can't bring herself to watch.
It was mainly because I didn't want to see how his last moments in his car that he took to work every morning. And he would pick me up from soccer practice work.
Elizabeth says their family suspected their dad was taken by ICE, but they didn't know where he was until they got a call the following morning from the Tacoma Northwest Detention Center. It was their dad. Elizabeth says he came to the U.S. from Mexico in 2005, describing him as a devoted father of 6 who was too busy working and raising his kids to get in any trouble.
He was apologizing, but we kept telling him that it wasn't his fault.
Elizabeth was able to visit her dad at the detention center, where she says he was in bad shape and injured. They last heard from Rafael on Wednesday when he called to say he was being deported the following morning, but had no idea where he was being sent.
It's really hard to watch, and it's hard to take that this is happening. And the worst part for me is that the family reported injuries, and then he was gone. And they won't tell anybody where he was sent to. That to me feels like it's a cover-up almost, but I'm looking to see where the investigation leads here, but they're being tight-lipped about that. And, you know, there's another camp too now, California City. It's a tiny little operation run by CoreCivic, but the inmates in there they're really victims. They're not even inmates or detainees. They're abducted victims. They're complaining of torture, of abuse, of not being fed properly. The same kind of treatment that's going on everywhere else. If you aren't accepting it by now, please allow me to open your eyes. These are concentration camps, and they're in the heart of almost every American state. There's no words for just how horrific this all really is. But we have the power to make it stop. We have the power as a movement to make it change. We can do better. And once Trump is removed from office, we will build back America better. So thank you for watching tonight. Please remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell. And if you have any tips, remember the email address is thegreisreport@gmail.com. Thank you for joining the resistance and have a great night.